Right, thank you. Sorry. Damn, I did it again.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. No one could hear me for a little bit. Um,
No!
yeah, it sucks. I'm dumb. Thank you, Mo. Anyway, so Alex is in the Atlanta asylum, talking with Vicky, who is a victim of the 80s. Was dragged kicking and screaming, and she is playing some images on the walls. The club is empty, and uh, has asked Alex for input on music to go with the images. So, yeah, and this goes on for a while, and you just sort of get this idea that she's definitely working on some big project, um, and is going to keep mining you and your expertise, uh, pretty much for as long as she can keep you here.
Awesome. That's what it's there for.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I would like for you to give me a wits insight roll.
I can do that. One moment, please. I have a special Wits Insight button.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'm watching you, Cat. Don't you pull nothing over there. I have received 4 successes on this particular roll.
Absolutely fantastic. So, you gather that as she's going, like, she's clearly working on something very big, and you get the sensation, like, whenever you sort of, like, try and ask her any sort of incidental questions, she very quickly maneuvers back to the task at hand, avoids the subject, and you sort of get the feeling that whatever she's working on, she doesn't want to give you any insight into what the end goal is, or what you really think she wants is she wants for her to be able to do what you're doing by herself so that she can claim credit for all of it.
Oof.
Look at this thing. Look
I
at
know.
it.
I know. It's adorable.
So
For the podcast, James just put up a very sweet kitty.
yes.
Oh.
Just kidding. So right on. I see what your game is, lady. I'm going to oh, hold on. I don't have my book in front of me. Is there a way that I can use my stupid Are you eating Fig Newtons? Okay.
Oh no.
There's a way that I can use my stupid powers to do something sort of shitty to her. I should really have my book in front of me, but
Which skill do you want to use? You have aspects?
I do have aspects, but that's not
The one.
On the
Yeah,
sheet that I have for you, you have presence 1, dominate 1, and aspects 2. Which
not really going to be able to do that. Okay, cool. Then I'm just going to use the power of my knowing what I'm doing and her thinking that I'm competent at that, but incompetent at figuring bullshit out.
Mhm.
I'm going to be like, basically, I'm going to guide her into a way where it's good because I'm not a jerk, but it's not. It definitely is going to leave people saying like, "Oh, this is okay, but can we get some Alex Mars joints up in here?"
I see. All right. Well, I'm gonna make a roll for her because that's basically sandbagging your own ability,
Yeah.
which is totally possible for you to do. Okay. After like 2 or 3 iterations of this, she just sort of sighs and leans back from the terminal and just starts rubbing her temples with her fingers and says, "Okay, I get it. It's fine."
Oh, so we've decided that we're going to credit Alex Mars the ingenue for his work, right?
It's not that. It's not a. Well, okay, it is that, but.
Yeah, of course.
So this is not. All right, fine. Okay, fine. So next week, I don't know if you've heard this. It's like kind of hush hush, but not hush hush. Like the right people know. So I don't know how right of a person you are. But anyway, so Victoria Ash is coming back to Atlanta, and she's having a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's having like a big thing. Like apparently like 20 years ago or something, like an Elysium got attacked by Sabat, and it was a whole thing up the East Coast and whatever. And she's like taking the night back. So yeah, that's a thing. And we're all supposed, and those of us who got invitations, because only a couple of Toreador in the movement got invitations. It's like a cam thing technically, but it's really more a Toreador thing.
So basically, what I'm hearing, and stop me if I'm wrong, is that it would be really advantageous for your career if you were able to take credit for all of this.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that could be arranged, my love. You don't. I mean, it's not. I'm not going to make any extra money off of this, but what say? A couple of minor boons. I'll let you take credit for whatever I put together.
No, see, now that I'm thinking about it, it needs to be good. Like, it's so much more important than it be good.
Okay.
So, like, I guess you can be my +1 if you want, and you can help me with this.
Excellent. Yeah, I'd love to meet Miss Winters. Sure. Well, in that case, I should make it extra good then.
Yeah. So she's just like she stands up and it's like I gotta go do a thing. I gotta go eat somebody. And she just points at the terminal, and you see like all of her images and all of her collages and whatnot, and you can.
Get off.
Oh my God, Kitty. Yeah. So like she's like just do your thing. Just do your thing.
I do my thing.
Okay, so it's I mean it's a pretty extensive thing. It's like it looks like she maybe has about 15 minutes worth of time that she's dealing with for her project. And you see like she has some notes open. Apparently it's not going to be at the High, which is where the attack was. But it's going to be at the Moda Museum, which is across the street.
Oh yeah.
Because it's an Elysium that was violated, and as per sort of ancient kindred tradition, you don't step foot in an Elysium that was violated. It's just not something that's done. So that's how that. So she gives like you have the floor plan, you have basically all the sort of the artist info that she has been provided. And
I'm gonna use my oh my God, I am owned by this thing now.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna use sort of my understanding and ability as it pertains to sound design
Mm-hmm.
to do a sort of almost a minorly interactive sound experience
Mm-hmm.
where certain emotions are heightened when people walk past certain objects or into certain rooms. I'm just gonna kind of go wild with it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intelligence performance roll to sort of plan out and see what your general plan. Of course, it's going to need to change in the moment when you're there, but I kind of want to get a baseline of what you're working on.
Okay, let me pull up my let me use the one hand I have available to pull up.
I mean you're trapped.
I live here forever now. Which is crazy because normally she hates being held, but today she's like, "What? You're doing something?" Nah, no, you're not.
That's what a kitty do.
All right. Holy cow! I received 6 successes on this.
Oh Jesus.
God damn.
Was any of
Oh, man.
did hunger play into any of that or?
So hunger is a skull insignia.
Yeah, if you get a skull, that doesn't matter if you got successes. But if you got 2 10s, or two onks with stars or fangs by them, and one of them was a hunger, then that would be a messy critical.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
I got 2 onks with fangs that are on red dice. So.
Okay, that is what's known as a messy critical, which means you lose yourself a little bit, and you are sort of unconsciously letting your sort of angers and frustrations into this project, and you're only kind of semi-aware of it. Um, so that will come into effect later, I think. I think
Okay.
we'll embed that into things. So after you've done it a little bit, Vicky comes back, and she sort of starts to almost absentmindedly look over your work, and she says, "Yeah. So okay, so if you're gonna come, we need to talk about fashion and what you're gonna wear, and because everything needs to be perfect. Also, do you know any like muscle? Because this shit's expensive, and I don't really wanna. I can get a security person if I need to.
Um, I might be able to arrange something.
Cool. Yeah. So she says, see what you can do about that, and then she pulls out a piece of measuring tape, and then just starts to get in your personal space.
I mean, I'm a rock star. I know exactly what she's doing, and I'm just like, oh, okay, it's this thing again.
Yep. Cool. So are you going to be just letting her do that? Are you going to be contacting anybody? What are you up to?
I'm gonna call the gang and just kind of tell them, hey, if we can, I would tell them, hey, listen, we've got Victoria Winters coming back into town, which is an interesting turn of events, and I'm sure that you guys would be interested in possibly having something to do with that. I need quote unquote muscle to
Okay.
guard the gates. If we could hire maybe some of those thin bloods, I could probably get you guys to slip you guys in as well.
Okay, so you're not able to get in contact with them over the phone, but we'll say you put that in the group chat or
Okay.
something like that in the group chat, because we're going to get back to them right now. So you guys are still in Dead Channel. Cadence and Madison, you're down in the office of the Baron. And Willow, you're in the club level, still talking to Tiny,
Chatting with Tiny.
if that's something you still want to be doing.
I mean, after I hear what I want to hear, I'm pretty much done with this joint.
Okay.
I've got work to do.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so as you guys are sort of as that situation sort of resolves itself, that's when you see that message from Alex in the group chat, and you all kind of get that at the same time.
Oh.
You're muted, Dylan.
There we go. Yeah, so Madison just goes, and then lifts it and shows it to Cadence.
And she looks at it, and she looks at the part that says they need muscle, and she's like, I'm not going to this thing.
Are you sure you're not going to this thing?
I really don't want to go to this thing.
Oh, well, that's different from you're not going to it.
I'm going to the damn thing, aren't I?
Probably going to this thing.
Fuck.
It'll be fun.
Some definition of fun.
I'm gonna have fun.
I'm sure you are.
Well, there we go, and we'll just make sure you have fun too.
So Willow, are you just blowing this joint, or are you waiting for your coterie mates?
After I sort of finish talking to Tiny, just like openly laugh in his face at the thing that he just said to me, I'm just gonna sort of like leave the club. I'm gonna stand outside because I can't fucking stand the sound of the music in here. It's annoying me, and I'm still laughing though. Like I'm just chortling at what he just said to me. And then I stand like across the street from the club, just like, oh.
Okay.
Great night.
So the Baron starts to he gets a call, and he essentially dismisses you. He says to Madison, "We're probably gonna have a council meeting sometime soonish, so keep your schedule open."
Sounds good to me.
Good seeing you. I'm sure you guys can keep all the things we discussed well in hand.
Sure, whatever you say.
You got nothing to worry about, boss man.
Okay.
Hey Scott, I hate to interrupt you.
Sure.
Could you? I have one arm right now. Could you Facebook chat me a link to the stream so that a friend can tune in?
Oh, sure, no problem.
Cool, thanks.
Let me do that for you real quick. Yeah, but give me 1 second. So yeah, the two of you head back up to the club. You don't find Willow there. If you ask around a little bit, they tell you that she left.
You gotta go somewhere else.
Uh-oh, not a kitty. And so when you go to look for her, you see her waiting for you, like in a street light across the street.
I'm like on my phone, probably looking at the chat like, oh my god, Alex. Great.
Cadence is probably
Bye guys.
not looking too happy, extremely frustrated.
So how did your special secret meeting go?
It was pretty productive.
Oh.
If by
good.
productive you mean the fucking barons put the hammer down on us doing anything else with Hancock.
Wait, did you guys like actually get in trouble? Or like
He said he wasn't upset, but it was hands off from now on, which is bullshit.
Whoa, that's kind of weird.
Like, he was mad that the Second Inquisition got all up in our business, and he's not sure if it's us or if they specifically got their eyes on Hancock, but he says, you know, if anything happens, we have to go to him first, because apparently we're fucking children.
So, if the
I mean,
sheriff...
to be fair, I think he had a point.
I mean...
Well, if Hancock comes banging on our door looking for a fight, I'm not going to take the time to call the Baron first.
And if that happens, then I'll be sure to explain the situation. I think he means more we should avoid going to, you know, blow up his house or whatever.
No, it's a nice building. It's probably a bad idea.
So does anyone get back to Alex on the group chat regarding stuff?
I think as they were exiting, I was probably like in the chat. I just put in like one excited face into the chat, just like
Cadence just says, "You owe me."
So, are you gonna be the muscle?
Can you think of anyone better, Willow? She's
Like, for
best
reals. Like, the three of you are apparently going, and what am I supposed to do? Sit home and twiddle my goddamn thumbs?
Oh,
I would prefer it, but, you
you
know.
need something to wear.
Well, she doesn't have to look as nice since she's just, you know, security.
I am not dressing up, okay? I'm keeping you guys safe. I am not dressing up.
So back at the asylum, Vicky has done taking your measurements, Alex, and she's like, okay, so I'm thinking white silk suit,
Obviously.
red Oxford, or maybe not Oxford, no, custom tailor, and white silk tie.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, I can make that happen. So did you get anybody?
Yes, I've got a collection of ruffians that should be able to.
Like, I can get maybe one person in. Like,
I think
additional.
my collection of ruffians should do.
She's like, okay, so okay, you're not hearing me, Alex.
Hmm?
You're not. One. I can get one security person in, Alex. You got me? Are you having a moment?
Oh, I see what you're saying. My single ruffian.
Okay, great. So you need to get them here, because we need to talk. Look.
Okay, I can do that. I'll have to reach out to them on my cellular telephone.
That's great. And she's like, why don't you take care of that? And she starts going back to the computer and starts looking over more in detail what you're doing, what you got set
Cool.
up.
So I'm gonna message back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can only get one of you in."
Madison laughs again.
I'll put in. I already have an invite.
And just to fuck with him, I'm gonna put same. Technically true.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm the only one who didn't get invited.
It is a little outside of your wheelhouse, Cadence.
It is, but
But you're like gonna like bathe, yeah.
I do shower.
Have a wonderful time.
I need to get my laptop. I've heard some shit over the past 20 minutes, and I actually need to do some stuff.
So you got like, are you guys like getting a ride back to some place, or what are you guys doing locationally?
Yeah, I need to go back. We need to go back to like.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can just head back unless anyone else has any specific business here at Dead Channel.
No, I
No.
just need my laptop.
Yeah. Let's head on
Alright.
back.
So you guys start heading back.
Go get us an Uber.
So back at the asylum, Vicky's going through your work, Alex, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is so fucked up. I love it."
I thought you might.
Oh God. Oh. All right, maybe not that.
I casually pretend to glance at what she's looking at and like, oh no, yeah, see that. I definitely will change that for sure.
Yeah. She's like, but no, I like what you're going for, and we can keep working on. All right. So like, you got someone coming? Cause I need this shit battened down.
Yeah, I have a Gangrel ally on their way.
Okay. Cool. All right. So when's she gonna get here?
I'm gonna text the group. Send the. Is McKenna the Gangrel?
Oh.
Yes.
Cadence.
Cadence. Every time. Send Cadence along as soon as possible.
Want me to put you in your own Uber?
I guess.
Don't.
I mean, we could come along, I guess, but
This.
Wait.
No, I can take care of myself.
all right, have fun.
Text. Should I send a car? Can she take care of herself?
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to think of something like
I
condescending.
promise I didn't arrange that.
It's okay.
Call me a fucking cab.
Okay, no problem. I'll get you one.
Text. I'm sending a car.
Sending a car. He's just looking out for you.
All right. So, real quick, Mo, can I get you to up your volume on your microphone as best you can? You're a little quiet. Cool. All right. So, Willow and Madison make their way back to the Haven, where laptops can be had and plans can start being made. Cadence, one way or another, you are conveyed to the asylum, which is in Buckhead. It's not directly on the sort of the main club drag that exists there. It's kind of on an off street, but it is no less of a go-to spot for the right people. Which when you get there, you see there's a lot of people waiting outside, and no one getting in. But one of the security people recognizes you or knows to look for you, and sort of leads you around a side entrance. And when you get in, you see empty club, like these weird kind of frenetic images being projected everywhere. The sound changes a couple of times, and eventually you're led up to one of the tech booths. Where you see Alex and Vicky, who's victim of the 80s, as I've described, working together on a computer.
You rang?
She steps up. It's like, oh, hey, is this your girl?
Yeah, this is Cadence. She's a globally recognized security expert.
She's like, I mean, I dig it. She kind of looks like, you know.
I could tear your face off if I wanted to. No,
You know,
I
I was getting there. I was getting there because we're fucking vampires. I wasn't gonna denigrate you. I was just making conversation. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway,
That's what I meant to say is that she tears people's faces off.
I fucking love it. I fucking love it. So, okay,
It's
so
cool.
yeah, no, we need to talk look. Because if you're gonna be in on this thing, you gotta have. She's like, I get what you're going for here. I love it for like day to day. But okay, I'm just gonna brainstorm here. I'm thinking maybe like 1950 Sicilian mafia hitman. How's that work for you? Like real, like brutal cut suit. Like maybe do something with the hair. Like I want people to like look at you and know that you're gonna fucking kill them if they touch my stuff.
Do I get to wear pants?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I said suit,
Okay.
baby.
Okay. Just to clarify here.
Oh, maybe Yakuza. I could do Yakuza. I've got a guy that can do the tats.
Oh, just be very careful in modern society is very weird about this whole cultural appropriation.
Oh, you're fucking right. Oh my god. Ugh,
It's alright.
I hate these S-Jews.
Her.
Anyway,
I think I look like I can tear people's faces off without a suit, but
it's
Yeah, but
no,
darling,
no,
Victoria Winter's going to be here. You really do need to.
Ash,
step up your
Victoria
game.
Ash.
That's
But-
what I meant.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. You got a mind thing. Anyway, so yeah, no, it's about right place, right time. You gotta like fit in, but be what you're there to be for. You know. Trust.
fucking fine. I can do a black suit.
Like, oh no, I'm gonna take care of it. Like, and she like the measuring tape comes out, and she is like with Alex, she is in your space.
Cadence is very tense, and she's like, "This is a personal bubble she does not want invaded, but she will humor this for Alex's sake."
Okay.
Yeah, and Alex will do that thing where because she knows him so well, she can tell that he is really enjoying the hell out of this. But he's gonna pretend like he's not even paying attention to it.
Yeah, so it takes a couple of minutes, but she's like, yeah, I can get this. Like Italian materials, like fucking lines that look like they're razor blades. Fuck, you're gonna be so goddamn intimidating. I love it.
As long as I can move. Like,
Oh,
not,
yeah.
not like, if I need to punch things, I need to be able to punch things.
Oh, sweetie, you know, there's like an entire cut for like Italian leg breakers and shit. Like we got it.
Okay,
We got it.
I'll-
It's covered. It's covered. It's great.
Sure.
And she like sits down like this was like the last thing she had to tick off on a on a checklist. And she's like, "Oh, thank my fucking god." Oh, sweet Jesus, guys. You have no idea how this thing has been a fucking headache for me. But, you know,
Heavy is the head, they say.
oh fuck. Oh my god. It's going to be great. Like I can't wait to see those cam fuckers like take in like real anarch art. It's going to be beautiful.
I've no doubt.
Cool. So like I've heard you guys have been, you know, stretching your legs down there, Cabbage Town. Getting some of that Lebensraum. How's it going?
That's going pretty well. We've managed to more or less keep our heads down, not to get them chopped off, which is great. You know,
I mean, that's cool.
sort of
That's cool.
the opening stages of everything.
He's like, yeah. Like you're still bedding down up in this neck of the woods, right, Alex?
Yeah. I mean, I've got my apartments.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, we do these little favors, and it keeps it cool. Oh God. Yeah. So I guess if like this whole thing goes well, and like, you know, I get some good stuff out of this, then yeah, I'll you know, I'm cool with you guys, with like what you guys are up to, like what I hear.
Well,
And
good.
what do you hear?
Oh, you know, I heard you and E Street Boys are getting cozy, and you know,
Hey, we gotta protect the border. They're good at it.
yeah. That's like, you know, a good cover. Yeah, I get you.
Are you insinuating that we should not be working together to protect the border?
No, sweetheart, I'm insinuating that, like, it's a good cover for whatever power play you guys are doing, and I'm totally down with it.
Okay.
Are we? I'm gonna kind of look over at Cadence, and I'm gonna say, are we doing a power play? Did you guys forget to mention that to me? I feel like you should have mentioned that to me.
I mean, all I know is I get if I get to beat up Sabat, that's cool with me. So, like, I don't know. Maybe Madison's got some cooking, fucking Ventrue, but.
She's like, oh, okay, that explains it.
What?
Yeah, we're not. We're the muscle and the brains. So
Cool,
you know,
cool.
we're
Yeah,
very-
no, I get it. Venture gonna venture. That's fine. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
talk to him a little later about some stuff.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not saying that he's not the brains. I'm only saying that as magnificent intellects go, it's really me first, and then.
Oh no, sweetheart, I get it. I get it. You're the hidden power. I got it.
Oh yeah. That.
All right, so, like, I guess, like, you should probably get going, cause Dawn, like, TikTok.
Please.
She's like, sweetheart,
Yeah, we should probably
you're
get
gonna look like a fucking shark. Like, I don't get what you're, like, so pent up about. You're gonna look like, oh my god.
Have you ever met one of those gangrels that is just like really fucking gangrel before?
I mean, yeah, but
That's McKenna too.
they all
I mean,
have
that's
egos. Everyone's got
Yeah.
egos.
It's not my scene.
Not you, love. He didn't. She didn't mean you. You don't. You clearly don't have an ego. Hush on the ego thing.
Cool. Right. So, yeah, so we'll be in touch.
Yeah.
All right. So, Madison and Willow, you guys get back to the Haven. What's the agenda? What are you guys up to? It's a couple hours, maybe an hour or so before dawn. You guys have been out and about. So, what are you guys taking care of in the last couple?
So Willow is still having. Is my volume better?
Yeah, your volume's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Willow is still having some sort of like a quiet crisis over everything that's happened today, and so she's just like on her laptop, just really trying to think of how she's going to smooth this over and not die.
Okay.
And so she probably just like says that to Madison, like so.
Smooth
I'm just-
what over exactly?
Did I tell you that he was really mad when I last finished texting him?
He being
The sheriff.
no.
You don't recall? Oh, you had a busy, the date in the back of that Hummer. And then this happened. 45 minutes after, I said, yeah. So do you think he knows it's us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. So. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. And so she just starts looking through her feeds. And I don't know what I'd have to roll or anything, but I want her to find on a camera somewhere a picture of the two Sabat that came through the territory, even if it's fuzzy.
Okay. That will be, let's go with an intelligence technology.
Sure.
Probably be pretty high difficulty. I'll let you know.
Oh yeah. No kidding.
Well, while she's working, Madison like kind of late. So what are you gonna do?
I'm just worried this guy's gonna like fucking show up to my house like, hey, bitch, date's still on. I mean, there's a possibility right now he's so deep in frenzy that he's completely forgotten, but I can't be positive. Okay, 3. All right. 6 dice. Come on, baby. Hunger 2. 3 successes.
Okay. You start some searches going. You don't get any immediate hits. But you think that if you come back to this after it's had like maybe a day to process, you
Mm-hmm.
might be able to refine it and get something.
Mm-hmm. Sit there and try to remember exactly what time
Mm-hmm.
they rolled through and generally where they were to try to narrow it down.
Yeah, because Cadence told you where they were. Cadence told you that she saw them, and you have the general time and location, but there's a lot going on there. You may or may not be able to get something.
Yeah.
So Madison, are you up to anything specific, or are you just creeping on Willow here?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be creepy for now.
Okay, fantastic.
Because Madison's very like, I told the Baron she was cool, but now I'm worried because she's acting even weirder than usual.
I love it. Okay, so
So he's just like, oh yeah, tell me more. Like just making conversation, but more about the sheriff and the situation with them.
Oh, sure. Ask me whatever. I'll prattle on endlessly.
No, we don't have to go into full detail, but
sure. So Alex and Cadence, how are you guys? Where are you guys going after you're sort of unceremoniously booted out?
Cadence is going to turn to Alex first and say, I want a skull on my tie. Tell her I want a skull on my tie.
You done? You've got a skull on your tie for sure.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I should probably get back down to the...
Yeah, same.
All right, so you both are going back down to the Cabbagetown Haven?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So maybe about 15 minutes before dawn, these two roll in. Willow, you've got your searches running.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been having a kind of awkward conversation with Madison about things.
I think I recall Madison at one point. I made the joke, "What do you want to fucking play-by-play for what happened?" And then I just never gave it to him.
Yeah.
That's probably the conversation we're having.
perfect.
Fantastic.
Except I leave out all the blood drinking part.
Okay.
I leave that out.
Viewers, if you want to know what this scene is they're talking about, you can go to the Patreon link at the bottom of the screen and see it as a patron exclusive for just $1. It was really fucked up. You should probably watch it. It was really good. Anyway, so yeah, these two roll in. You guys are starting to feel the beginnings of the tugging of the sun. And
I'll go to bed. I hate sleeping here, but I'll sleep here for tonight because this thing is running and I need this.
okay, so you're just gonna make yourself ready for the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is anyone else going to be doing any conversation before the sun rises?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you all have like Cadence and Madison are the one that makes their main havens here, but the two of you also have spaces here that are perfectly adequate for the day sleep. And it comes the your corpses for a couple of days, for a couple hours, and then the sun sets and you're awake again. I'd like everyone to give me a hunger roll, please.
Mm-hmm.
To the surprise of absolutely no one in this group, Cadence is hungry.
Slightly more hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, I should probably...
I'm up to 3.
Where did my...
Cool.
So I'm certainly going to feed.
Madison, if you want to give me a wits insight on that.
On the thing I mentioned in the chat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
I mean, unless you guys just want to have that cover it.
Oh yeah. You could. Willow's a little transparent.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I did succeed.
Okay.
Only one, but I did still succeed. So.
Fair enough.
Madison
All right.
won't say anything about it. He's just kind of like, okay, cool.
Put it in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so you guys wake up, make your way, assuming into the common room, and a new night has started. What's the agenda?
I'm gonna feed.
Okay. How are you gonna accomplish that?
Well, I'm gonna tap into my luxurious 3 dots of herd
Oh
to
boy.
find somebody who'd like to have a little fun for the next hour and a half.
Okay. You go through some of your messages, and And you actually, it takes a little bit to get someone who's interested. You kind of get a couple of brush off messages, but eventually you get someone who's down for it. Are you gonna are you gonna have them come to you? Or are you gonna go to them? What's the
Oh no, we're gonna do a hotel room.
Okay, cool.
Do it
So
like-
Madison kind of heads out to take care of some business.
You're not
Yeah,
going to
he's got
schmooze
like
her
a-
near the beanbags?
He's got like a nice leather duffel bag full of question mark.
I see.
I'll see you guys in a couple hours.
All right, and just go ahead and give me a persuasion roll,
Cool.
just to see if anything interesting happens.
And I'll use my persuasion specialty in victims.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's there for, isn't it?
4 successes.
Okay. Anything on the hunger dice?
Not a crit.
Okay. All right then. So, what about everybody else? What's everybody else up to? Cadence, what's your plan right now?
Cadence is probably going to go out and grab herself a snack as well, and then she has to head over to her brother's place because she promised that she would get him a thermos.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with a dex stealth and then a dex brawl.
Okay.
To grab. Are you just grabbing a random motherfucker off the street again?
Yep, going out behind a bar, see if anyone he knows out there stumbling home or taking a piss or whatnot.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty early in the night, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
You've clearly never partied with someone like me.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
All right. So, that is 3 successes on the stealth, no relevant hunger results.
All right, you're able to successfully sneak up behind somebody.
All right. 2 successes on the brawl.
Yeah, no, you find a guy who is you actually like find a guy who you kind of notice a sort of a familiar pattern with some guy. You pretty sure a guy's looking to like for cars to break into. And you just sort of like bum rush him and drag him into an alley. And how much do you take?
Just 1. Bring myself
Just
back
one?
down to 1.
Down to 1. Madison, how much did you take from your friend?
I'm only taking 2. I'm also going down to 1.
Okay, cool. All right, Alex, what are you up to at the beginning of the night?
So I'm not particular. Well, I'm actually, I'm at 3.
Mhm.
I'm going to utilize my hurt as well.
Okay.
I'm going to just call one of my many mega fans.
Mhm.
And I need them to come over so I can discuss. The current fan group.
Interesting.
Or other very
Yeah,
superficial topics.
absolutely. Let me look at something real quick. Yeah. Is Alex in the mood for anything specific tonight?
I think he's wanting. He's really interested in. She mentioned it earlier. She mentioned S-Jews. He's not really sure what that is,
Mhm.
but
But he
let's
wants
get some.
to.
Let's get some is Mediterranean.
Okay.
Types there.
All right, cool. Yeah. So go ahead and give me a manipulation plus subterfuge plus your fame.
Oh, that's a pretty good roll right there.
I tell you what.
I'll tell you what, partner. My next character that I play is going to be Whisker Biscuit, and he is going to talk like that.
Oh God, I cannot wait.
He's going to have a truck.
Oh boy.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, yeah. So you're able to get someone to come over. Someone olive skinned and maybe a slight hint of an accent, and you have a conversation regarding the fan state of the fan group. They kind of let you actually find something interesting out before you're able to maneuver a situation where you can put your fangs into them and drink their blood. She lets you know that the Axel brothers have been a bit more active in their sort of infiltration or command of the EDM scene. They're showing up at more places, and like she knows that you don't have a good relationship with those guys, but she's just like, yeah, they're muscling their way into more and more events, and just want to let you know.
That's very good to know. Thank you very much. I'll make sure to reward her with her drug of choice for dropping that little hint to me.
She really likes GHB.
Luckily, I keep a ton of it on hand for no particular reason whatsoever.
Of course not. So yeah, you get that drug of choice, and that means you're feeling good, feeling real good after that.
Yay!
So Willow, you actually, since you are you staying in the Haven or while all this goes on, or what's Willow's plan?
She probably has woken up and immediately like went to check. Can she make another roll?
She can make another roll. But you are at least partially aware that Alex has someone over.
Yeah, like I start hearing them like chit chat. I'm like eavesdropping. Like I want to go out there, but like I also don't want to like accidentally go out there and people's pants are off and stuff. And,
she knows
like,
me.
She's just like, I'll give him some privacy. 2 successes.
2 successes. You get what you are pretty sure is a picture of their car, and you're pretty sure you get one of them, the driver, the man. You don't have a clear image of the passenger, but you get a very, very aggressive punk-looking guy driving a convertible.
Does it have a license plate?
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't get the license plate off of it.
She's just like, shit, this is good. I'm just gonna pin that, but I'm still looking.
Fair enough. Yeah. So a couple hours go by. Well, no, that's right. Cadence wanted to go over to your brothers. Yeah. So you head on over to your brothers, and it takes only a few minutes to like visually confirm that he's like antsy and not. He wants to get the transaction taken care of.
And she probably honestly would have filled the thermos before she went over.
Okay.
Just to be
all right.
safe.
Go ahead and give me another rouse check.
Oh, that's a pass.
Okay, so you're able to put enough of your blood into the thermos, and the beast reluctantly gives it up, but you're able to tamp it down. So yeah, you hand him over the thermos, and he kind of like just goes into the bathroom real quick, and about 5 minutes later, he's just visibly much calmer, much more himself, comes out and just like gives you a hug. And says, thanks. Oh man, that's so fucking awkward.
It's fine. Hey, I gotta look out for you. It's your family.
Yeah. I mean, fucking A, man. It's good shit. Weird, but good. I mean, I'm used to it by now. Yeah. So, yeah, what about that fucking monstrosity last night?
I know.
I don't think we're gonna pull it out. I think they're gonna fuck it up again.
No, they're definitely gonna fuck it up. Like the bullpen's bullshit this year.
No shit. Oh my god, I don't know what he's fucking thinking.
Nope. So, so hey, question for you.
Yeah.
That project I gave you. How's that?
Oh yeah, the girl. It's not going too great actually. She's real hard to keep a track of.
Okay.
Like, the best the best I'm actually getting is a social media. Like, actually finding her is kind of hard.
Okay.
I've seen her a couple times. It's not impossible, but I don't know. It's weird. Like, I'm real good at this sort of shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on. Is she like one of you? Does she got something going on?
one of us per se, but she's involved, and there's people watching out for her.
Okay, all right. I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, it just seems weird. I don't know.
No, it's very weird.
But best I can tell, she's fine. Like, you know,
Okay.
she's still up and about. Like, she makes posts every couple of days. There's nothing special, you know.
Okay.
She's involved in her college shit.
All right. Well, okay. That's good. You're doing good.
Cool. So you're gonna be here for the game tomorrow night, or you got your super secret Illuminati shit?
Question for you. Question for you, Scott. Is the party tomorrow? When is the party?
Oh no, the party is
Monday.
the party is in a week.
Okay, it's in a week. She's like, yeah, I got nothing going on.
Cool. We haven't been able to watch a game in a while.
No, we haven't. Lots of stupid, super secret shit.
He's like, all right, cool. I actually gotta go out and do a thing now.
Okay.
You know, one of those things that like we both profit from, but we shouldn't talk about.
No. Yeah, that thing.
All right, so yeah, be safe.
You too.
Cool.
Give him another hug.
So yeah, a couple hours go by. Everyone takes care of their beasts, except for Willow, because she's on that fucking laptop.
There's a countdown going on over here. Sorry, guys.
Fair. So yeah, does everyone get back to the Haven when they're done?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys congregate back. Willow is still tapping away. And around about that time, Willow, you do get a message.
My phone vibrates, and I'm just like filled with dread. Like I'm just like, no. Like I look at it for a minute. Like it's probably like on. I'm probably set up with my bean bags, and it's on one of the bean bags. So when it vibrates, anyone who's in the living room with her just hears, "Oh no."
You know it's supposed to do that, right?
I'm just scared of what's in it. Okay, it's fine. I'm fine.
What, you scared of like the ghosts in your phone or what?
Oh yeah, we didn't get to tell Alex everything that happened. Maybe you guys should show him the video.
Are there ghosts in your phone? Shit.
No, there's no ghosts in my phone.
Oh.
No, you're gonna love this, Alex.
Yeah.
Like love this.
I feel like from the way that you're saying that, I'm not gonna love it.
No, you're
actually gonna love it.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
love it.
You're gonna love
guys. Yeah.
Exciting.
So she like flips up her phone to look at it.
Okay, I'll get back to you.
I'm gonna play the video for Alex.
Okay, so the video that is played for you, Alex, it looks like it's taking on a cell phone camera, and it's not like held steady. Like it's clearly like being maneuvered and moved, so that it's being hidden. Like it's not in an optimal position, but you recognize the Georgia Aquarium in the video. You see there's a couple of shadowy figures. You don't really get much of a faces in the crowd, but eventually a couple of figures step forth before that huge wall of water that is very lightly lit for the evening's proceedings. And they sort of announce themselves as members of the Primogen Council.
Oh.
And they proceed to publicly censure Hancock for conduct unbecoming and unlawful imprisonment of a kindred. They strip him of some of his status and recommend to the prince that he be removed from office. The camera
That is fucking amazing.
The camera moves around a little bit. It gets a better position, and it eventually sort of comes up in the middle of Prince Adelaide saying that she does not interfere with their censure or removal of status, but she declines to remove him from the position of sheriff. And Willow, while this is being displayed, you see just a message from that same number, and it simply says, "We still on for tonight?"
my god. I feel like this is a moment in a Telltale game.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I'm having like that sort of feeling. Pretend like nothing's wrong.
Hancock will remember
Need a
this.
chaperone.
I say yes.
I'm going to immediately start spinning a remix of Eric Clapton's seminal hit, I Shot the Sheriff.
That's so funny. I wish I wasn't so freaked the fuck out right now. That's hilarious.
Okay.
Are you gonna be okay?
No, I'm fine. You're definitely following me, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm not dressed for this shit. Oh my god.
No.
So, couple seconds later after you respond, you get a location. It's a bar, not in Cam territory. It's a bar called Little Trouble.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Meet me at a bar. Okay, that's good. That's good. That means I'm not getting into the car, which means he doesn't have a portable room to kill me in. That's good. That's good.
Okay. I can get people there. I can be outside the bar. I can have people inside the bar.
Okay, Cadence.
How
You're
polite that he's
fast.
meeting you outside of territory.
Maybe he's getting tired of paying the fee.
I feel like your relationship might be, somewhat abusive.
Oh, no. He hasn't hit me yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Well, I do have some resources at various local shelters. If you end up needing a place, just let me know.
I don't even know what to actually say to that.
I put my hand lightly on her shoulder. I look her directly in the eye, and I say, "You don't ever have to say anything, okay? We've got you."
Okay.
And then I turn around and walk away like it's the most normal thing in the world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sip my wine.
Oh,
You do know he's just messing with you, right?
I can't tell. I'm not good at discerning whether or not someone's joking or not.
He's messing
That
with
explains so much.
You guys know this.
you. Okay, so where is it?
Okay, it's at the little what?
Trouble.
Little Trouble.
It's a nice little place.
Is it?
Similar aesthetic to Dead Channel, but a little nicer in my opinion.
Okay. Like what kind of what's the dress code?
Not really a dress code place.
It's not.
I mean, it's not high class or anything.
Like what style is it? Because
Like futurist cyberpunk kind of stuff. Neon 80s outrun kind of stuff.
ew.
A side of a van kind of stuff.
Dress up like a wizard.
All right, so yeah. No, I'd appreciate it a lot actually if you guys just like
Literally
stuck
any
it out.
situation.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
I've got to go get dressed. And think about all the excuses I'm going to throw around. All right.
You don't owe him anything, you know that, right?
Oh, no, he's not ruined yet. I'm not done. I'm not done yet. But I can't have him kill me until I'm done. It's very complicated. I turn on my heel.
I mean,
Start stalking towards the door.
All right.
Here's my first apology for Willow of the evening. My apologies.
Okay.
Cadence is going to pull out her phone and she's going to text some of the people she usually has cash or checks for.
Okay.
She's gonna be like, "Yo, be at this bar."
You get like a couple text backs like, "Oh, that fucking yuppie place." Like, "Oh god, there's nothing but like rich hipsters."
She'll give them twice the cut of what they
Okay.
normally get.
All right, that shuts them up. Willow, you're able to get changed into something appropriate. Do you head back to your haven to do this, or do you select from the secondary wardrobe that you keep here?
I definitely do keep a lot of clothes here, just, so they're not in my room cluttering everything up. So I'll probably look through the stuff that I have here. Like, I just need something that I can definitely hide a gun in.
Okay. That's doable. What give me the aesthetic.
Oh God, let me think. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. I actually have a picture in my head thinking of what I want. Um, so they're definitely Tommy Hilfiger like track bottoms. A
Okay.
Tommy Hilfiger like it's almost like a tank top, like bralette sort of thing,
Sure.
and then like a jean jacket. Let's go like hard 80s.
I dig it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're able to throw that together. It's got a nice place where you can situate a holster. What kind of gun are you going with tonight?
She has a couple, but something concealable is what is most important for her right now today.
Gotcha. Okay. You can make that happen.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you head out. So is it just Cadence going with, or are the boys taking care of other business? What's the plan?
So did you guys want to come and spy or anything?
I mean, I feel like there's a point at which we're putting too many eggs in a basket, right? Like too many cooks.
Hard fare.
What do you think, Alex?
Alex can't come.
Never mind.
I can't go.
And
Apparently.
no,
No, it makes sense. I get it.
no, there's a very specific reason.
What's the reason?
Oh, we probably. She's just sitting there like growling to herself while she's like thinking about whether or not she's gonna say it.
Yeah. No, what's the reason exactly? No, I mean I don't mind, but now I want to know.
Oh yeah, no. He thinks I'm into you. 'Cause you have tattoos.
Wait, he's jealous?
Of me?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes perfect sense considering what a worthless fuckhead he is, but still, that's really funny
It was so
because it makes him unhappy.
insecure.
But
Oh.
wait,
She's not just mad because Alex is the one that broke the bond on
Listen,
Probably
I
doesn't
don't
know that.
I don't know how much he knows. I'm trying to figure out how much he knows.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
wait, does he really not realize that I'm just as gay as I could possibly be?
Oh, you're gay. I didn't.
Did
know
you
that.
not realize that?
How did you not realize that?
Guys,
Huh.
I can't. I have a little bit of issues. I have some issues discerning that kind of stuff.
I mean, it doesn't really matter much anymore. As vampires, it's not like I'm on the market anymore. But no, sweetie,
hard
you're
fair.
gorgeous, but you're not my type.
No, it's perfectly fine.
Well, anyway,
shouldn't
you don't
say
want to hurt Hancock's feelings, James, so.
No, I just don't want him to see that. I'm trying not to die. Come on, guys.
I don't want you to die. I would be very cross with you if you died.
Oh, wow. That's actually really fucking nice. I needed that in my trying time. This time of trial for me.
I'm very well known to be emotionally supportive.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess you guys do whatever. Prepare for the party. You need to buy shoes.
I know! I'm gonna buy the shoes. Jeez.
Okay. Well, while I'm out risking my life, get the shoes put together. Come on, Cadence, let's go.
Okay. So as
Ladies, have a great night.
they're heading out, the boys are left in the haven. What is your guys' plans? What's going on?
Madison just gives this look to Alex, like,
Yeah. It's weird. I really, I sort of expected at most we would stir up a little trouble here or there. I didn't realize that we would, literally play kingmakers for the Camarilla. I feel wonderful about that.
I mean, what can I say except I'm proud?
I'm proud of us.
We did good, guys.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna spend a couple hours drinking wine and being satisfied with myself, so.
Outstanding.
Some.
Sure.
I will.
While he's doing that, I'm going to spend something relaxing.
Okay. And I will, at this point, remind Madison specifically that Nikki had something that he wanted you to start working on.
I'm gonna get to it.
You're gonna get to it. Okay, just wanted to
It's
put that out
important to
there.
have a couple hours to just
Fair enough. Okay.
reset.
Fair enough.
Also,
So that's
I want
what.
to
So
be
you.
available if I need to do something to try to prevent Willow from biting.
That's fair. Okay. So, Cadence and Willow, you guys head up north, the city, to the bar Little Trouble. It's off the 75-85 connector, a little couple miles.
Would it? Oh, wait, I am muted. Sorry, I accidentally hit my mute button on the
No,
headset.
we heard you.
So, would it be possible for Cadence to leave a little earlier?
Sure.
I could drop you off wherever you want.
Yeah, she just wants to get there beforehand. She wants to touch base with the people she's putting in the bar. Just basically say, yo, you keep an eye on this girl. If anything weird happens with this girl, you are going to exit the bar, and you are going, like, if you guys exit the bar, I know something's up.
Cool. All right.
And they're just gonna turn into a dog.
All right. You're just gonna be a dog around that area.
Yeah, she's gonna be dog around that area. She
I
does
dig
not
it.
want to take any chances that Hancock is gonna recognize her.
Fantastic.
Or spot her anywhere.
Okay, so Little Trouble, it's actually in kind of a shopping center. It's one of those shopping centers that has like multiple levels to it. It's like kind of like an outdoor mall. And it's kind of in the back a little. You have to go through some twisting passageways. It's kind of well placed for what it is. And obviously, Cadence, you case the joint first. And you sort of walk past the alley that is the entranceway to it. And sort of the biggest, most notable feature, and it's been very specifically designed this way, it's a kind of a short alley at the end of which is this massive bank of neon lights that just makes this backdrop of like pure silhouette against it. So it's
Hell yeah.
pretty stunning, actually. You guys should look up pictures of Little Trouble, by the way. It's a fucking cool place.
Doing that right now.
Oh yeah, good times. Willow, you show up a little later, and there's by the time you get there, Willow, there is kind of a line, checking IDs. It's a bar. It has a nominal security. And yeah, you judge maybe it's about a 20-minute wait to get in by the time you get there.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna like put in some headphones and listen to the sound of calming like waves crashing on a beach.
Maybe a couple
While I wait.
affirmations.
Yeah, I need to listen to like some Tibetan throat humming. Really, just like try to center myself.
Okay. So it takes about 20 minutes. You get up to the front, and give me a quick dexterity subterfuge.
For what?
To get the gun in.
No problem. Alright, dexterity. Subterfuge. Oh shit, 5.
5. Yeah, you are able to just hold your body just right so that they don't even frisk or check anything. You look like you're not trouble.
Yeah.
They see your fake ID, they let you in, you're fine. And the bar, the restaurant is sort of split into two different room areas. You've got the bar going off to the left, and it's pretty lively at the moment. And then there's the restaurant to the right, which is still packed but less boisterous. And all you were given was a location, so it's kind of up to you where you go.
Probably just like take a seat.
Okay.
Willow always hates these sorts of things. It's very disorientating for her. And so she's very obviously uncomfortable, but she'll get a seat and sort of just like sit back, wait.
Okay.
Text like the group chat on her phone, like, this is actually the bar is cool, but it smells like cigarettes.
Fair enough.
I
Cadence.
respond, you don't actually have to breathe.
She nods. He's right. I don't.
Cadence, I would like for you to give me. Let's see. I'm just looking for the appropriate skill. Give me a wits investigation roll, please.
Alrighty. And because this is important, and there is a friend I am looking out for, I'm going to do a rouse check to up my wits, if that is appropriate.
Okay, that is appropriate.
That's a failure, so I'm a little peckish, but I'm slightly more alert.
Yeah, that alertness comes with the beast, just sort of purring at the back of your mind, like you. In addition to what you're trying to paying attention for, you notice vulnerable people.
Yeah,
here
she's
and there.
probably like looking at like this really, nice, like buff-looking person walking in. She's like, "Damn, I want to snap my fangs into that neck." Just like,
yeah. So you're doing kind of a rounds. Like you're as a dog, it's very easy. You kind of have to stay out of sight because you're kind of a nasty fucking dog. And you definitely get the sensation that like the type of clientele and establishment out here might do something about a nasty fucking dog.
Successes on the wits.
Yeah. So you're able to keep out of people's ways and out of sight and whatnot. And it's kind of lucky that you do, because as you're sort of just casing around, you go around the back of the establishment, and that's where you see the Hummer. And it is not on, it's there, and that's what you see. So you find the car fairly easily.
Okay. All right.
So Willow, you're sitting in the bar a couple minutes, and you feel more than hear, because there is some pretty pumping music going on in this bar. Your phone vibrate again.
All right. Reach in. Look at it. What does it say?
It says pick someone.
And so I sort of like scan over the room.
It is filled to the brim with mostly white, mostly affluent people who are. No one here is dressed to the aesthetic. It's a place to be rather than a place to live the lifestyle.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see some people. You see college age. You see a couple of visible tattoos, which you like.
The more robust they are, the better.
Okay.
She always feels a little bit better about that.
Mm-hmm.
Tries not to feed from women as often because she's afraid. But so she sort of like scans the room and sees a guy with, I don't know, like a terrible neck tattoo.
Okay.
And be like, yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
And so I sort of describe where he's at and what he's wearing.
Okay, you describe him. Couple minutes later, and says, you get a response. Bring him out back.
Here we go. All right, well, you can do it. So she's going to sort of like describe to me where he's at, because she sort of wants to approach, and she's going to make the rusty attempt to use presence.
Okay.
Which is a discipline she doesn't use as often as maybe people might think.
Right.
Because she's always concerned about what people act like afterwards.
Sure.
But she's like, okay, it'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll never see this guy again. And so I'm going to...
Okay. So where he's at, he is kind of at the back of the bar, looking at his phone. There's two other guys there with him. He's not with a girl or anything.
Let me see.
And they're just sort of at a high top table.
I want to physically position myself within a line of sight. And let me see. I don't have the stuff for presence written down, so I have to look.
I mean, all you have awe, which is
Yeah.
It's not a rouse check to use, so you
Okay.
can just turn it on, and then you would basically add your presence to any applicable social roles.
Okay, yeah. Right. So I am going to turn it on, and I want to sort of get myself directly within his line of sight, and make and then make unsettling eye contact. I'm thinking about this if this was like in a movie and
Okay.
the lights are going, and you know there's color everywhere. He's sitting with his friends, and I sort of like walk into the background.
Okay.
And then
So
stop, turn, and make direct eye contact.
So what I'd like from you, I'd like a charisma performance roll,
Heck yeah.
because you're sort of framing yourself in this moment.
All right. And awe just makes it.
Yeah, it just adds a dot. It adds your presence rating to it, and it heads turn when you do this. One success.
One success.
So he definitely does turn and look at you.
Should I have added my pretty girl dice?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go absolutely add your pretty girl dice.
One more. Okay.
Okay.
I need to write that down.
Heads turn. His head absolutely does, and you successfully sort of manage your look so that like everyone who turns and looks sees that you're not looking at them, except for him.
Oh, but that makes him feel great.
Oh yeah, like his bros like jostle him and like push him off of his stool, and he gets up and he heads over to you, and it's pretty loud. So like you're catching like he's hitting you with his lines.
And I sort of like whisper in his ear, like I get up to his ear and be like, I can't hear you in here. Let's go out back.
Give me a manipulation persuasion roll, please. Add your presence and pretty girl dice.
I'm glad that we've come up with this name for
Oh,
these
yeah.
dice. I feel like it's really revolutionized everything for me. Okay. Manipulation. You said persuasion?
Persuasion, yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a good roll. Oh, 4 successes.
Excellent. Anything relevant on the hunger?
No, I actually didn't get any skulls.
Okay, all right.
That would have been good, though.
Hook, line, sinker. He is absolutely ready to go. And you can tell he's a regular here because he knows exactly where to go. Like there's an exit that leads right out into the back, kind of at the smoking area.
Yeah. While I was facing him and everything, I did sort of have this like almost like a little this hollow half smile. But like when my back turns to him to leave, it's gone.
Okay.
The smile's not there.
So you walk out the back, and it only takes a few turns of your head, and you see the Hummer just sitting in a spot, waiting.
There it is. I have to charge my phone. Can we wait in my car for a little bit?
He's like, yeah, absolutely. Let's. Oh shit, that's nice. But I'm Evan.
Hi, my name is Lana.
Lana, that's a cool name. Yeah, he's like eagerly going over to your car. The car, not your car.
According to him, it's my car. I'm sorry, dude. Second sorry of the session, guys. I lead the man to the car.
Okay, so you head into the car.
Lead the man to his death.
Indeed.
So do I see Willow?
Yeah, you've situated yourself so that you see her you are able to immediately recognize her coming out.
Okay.
And you see her and some bit of beefcake heading to the car.
Okay. All right. So that means she's now afraid. Oh damn, they're gonna leave in the car, and I don't have a way to really follow them.
So real quick,
Yeah.
we're about to head into our break, but I wanted to cut back to the boys
Please.
having a relaxing, just sort of available evening. Madison, you've been enjoying your wine, and Alex spinning some interesting tunes. And Madison, one of your burners goes off with a text message,
I'll flip it open.
and you recognize it. It's the same one that you got the message from before. The one from your Sabbat friend.
Oh boy.
And it's weird because it's sort of discongruous. Because the message is, thanks, that information worked out great. And it's odd for a little bit. So you scroll up a little bit, and you see a message that you don't remember sending. It's GPS coordinates.
To where?
We'll get back to that after our break. All right, welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, Burn It Down, presented by Simulacra Studios. When last we left our group of terrible decision makers, Willow was heading out with a randomly selected bit of beefcake to the back of a bar to a waiting Hummer, where Cadence was also laying in wait as a nasty-ass junkyard dog. And Madison, back at the communal haven, had just received a text message from one of the surreptitious back-channel contacts he has with some of the Sabbat, thanking him for something that apparently was a bit of GPS coordinates. So, Madison, I'm assuming you're looking that up.
I'm doing that, and I'm making note of when I sent that.
You sent that 3 nights ago.
Okay. Where are the coordinates to?
I mean, it's pretty easy to put them into Google Map. It's a good deal to the south of the city, and you sort of do some ancillary searching, and it looks like it is at a historical preservation site of some old plantation.
I'm going to scroll back through the history and see if there's any context for me giving them that information.
Doesn't seem to be. There is one little bit, one message above that, which is it says, "You can pick up dinner here."
That's from
you. Your phone said that.
Oh,
Okay. So the first thing Madison's going to do is he's going to put the phone down, put the wine down. He's going to close his eyes and center himself and call upon the powers of the blood, specifically my unswayable mind fortitude power.
Okay.
And he's going to search his own psyche for evidence of tampering.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is that what that power does, or does that let you resist such
It
things?
makes me better at resisting it, but I'm using it to fluff.
Okay, that's fair.
A
I'll allow that. Give me. Let's see here. What would be good for this? Give me a resolve insight roll.
Okay, I'm actually pretty good at that.
Mm-mm.
And you want me to add the fortitude?
Go
or
ahead
is that
and add your not for this roll.
Okay.
The power is giving you the ability to do this.
All right, I got a success.
Okay. I need to roll a thing. Yeah, you're looking through, and you're looking through, like you're thinking through that night. This was 3 nights ago. It was the night that you went to talk with Ileana. It looks like it was before that. And you're thinking about it, and you're thinking about it, and you can't, for the life of you, remember sending that text. You look through your search history, and you see where you searched for that plantation specifically, and then opened up a map. Like it then went to a Google Map file, where you sort of specifically found a specific place on the map there. Alex.
Yes.
So you're seeing Madison just kind of suddenly go into a sort of a bit of a flurry of motion.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to his computer. He's sort of very intently looking at things, and you begin to. There's a smell in the air. You find your mind is going back to that place where it went when you used that ritual on Inja.
Oh.
It's the smell is triggering that mind space.
Cool.
And very suddenly your mind and your beast zero in on what that smell is, and it is very, very potent blood. And I would like for you to roll frenzy against frenzy for me, please.
Oh no. Okay.
I don't want to shoot Alex.
Oh.
What is the roll to resist frenzy?
Resisting frenzy is your unspent willpower.
Oh, good. That's not too terrible. Okie dokie. I received 0 successes.
0 successes. All right. Unfortunately, you cannot spend willpower on a willpower roll.
Yeah, how about that?
But you can spend a willpower point to temporarily control yourself.
I'm going to spend a willpower point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, with the last vestiges of the breath that are in me, well, that's odd. And is there anywhere in this house, guys, that I can go not to destroy it?
You could go lock yourself in the bug out tunnel.
I'm gonna go lock myself in the bug out tunnel.
Okay, yeah. So Madison, you look up and you see Alex's fangs are out, and his eyes are like bloodshot red, and he's staring at you, and then he like very quickly heads to that ladder that heads up to the bug out thing.
Okay.
Willow.
Hi.
So, you lead him to the car. What door are you going in?
In that terrible Hummer. I know that its windows are pretty heavily
Very,
tinted.
very heavily tinted.
Back seat.
You're going into the back seat?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I open the door, what terrible sight awaits me?
It's empty.
That's also bad, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of get in, scoot, and then start looking, make like I'm looking for a phone charger.
Okay. Evan gets in behind you.
Here, come in, close the door.
As soon as he closes the door,
Oh no.
he is dragged to the front of the stretched Hummer, into the front seats behind the driver's seat, by the back of his neck, and Hancock is very visible, and Evan just starts screaming.
Shut him up.
hand clamps over his mouth. And Hancock is just staring at you. And he has Evan very firmly in control. Evan's a beefy guy. He isn't going anywhere.
Oh. And this darn blood bond.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh, yeah, that was dope. Oh, so dope. All right.
Cadence.
Yeah.
You see Willow go into the backseat of the Hummer.
Mm-hmm.
You see Evan follow her in and close the door. Are you doing anything specific?
Okay, here's a question for you, and actually I probably should have looked this up. When you take the shape change power, do you have to pick one specific animal that is the one you change into all the time, or can you like pick different
I
ones?
don't believe you do. I know in old system, you basically had a fight or flight option. Like you could have one fight and one flight option. I'm not sure how that's changed. So unless the rules say otherwise, I'm going to say that that's also the case with new
Oh,
animals.
can only change into one type of animal.
Okay, all right. Well, then we'll go by the rules there. So
All
yeah,
right.
you are a dog. You are Doge.
Okay. So when she hears that screaming, and it has to be when it's screaming.
Let's give you a roll because
Okay.
it is definitely a soundproof Hummer.
Oh.
It's a portable murder room.
Sorry, I don't know.
No, it's just me.
So give me a wits awareness roll.
Okay. Alrighty, I can do that. If I pull up my character sheet and not the internet like a derp. That. Hey, I still. Okay. That's 3.
3 successes. Yeah, you notice a rocking of the thing, and you hear on the barest edge of your perceptions screams that are then muffled.
Okay.
And then you don't hear anything.
All right.
And then the car stops rocking.
Okay.
It didn't sound like Willow.
It didn't sound like Willow. Okay. Hey guys, I'm putting the player is actually kind of like struggling for something to do here. So
Okay.
the first thing that's on my mind is jump onto the roof. So if they leave, she's on the car.
Okay.
But that might, be stupid because then Hancock might hear it and then he would go to investigate and that would be bad.
That would be
The
bad.
other thing is just wait for them to leave and hope that traffic is kind of cruel enough to them and kind enough to her that she can keep behind them.
In regards to you being in doggo form, do you get all the perks and benefits of being a doggo?
Pretty much.
Like a heightened sense of smell?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Do you think you'd be able to track me? Because
I could
God
try.
knows I wear perfume.
This is true.
I would say that would certainly factor into any rolls you'd like to make regarding that.
Okay. Awesome. So then, yeah, she'll wait to see if the Hummer leaves and then follow.
All right. So back in the Hummer. Hancock is not speaking to you. He just has his eyes locked on yours. And this poor mortal, very, very in control.
Good afternoon, Daddy.
He smiles.
Yeah, she also smiles, and it's that same awful one. Like the one that she had in the club was just so fucking empty, but this one is real.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one is filled with I wouldn't say life, but it's more alert than the glazed look she always has. Like she's awake right now.
Okay. He manipulates Evan's arm so that it's outstretched. And then he crooks his neck so that the veins are available. And he just continues to look at you.
She actually like audibly sighs, like, "Ugh, okay, like you have to pull her arm or something." She's like, "Okay, fine," and then does approach.
Okay.
And does give old, what was the guy's name?
Evan.
Gives old Evan a chomp.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, he goes limp as soon as your fangs go into him. All the fear. Well, you taste the fear in the blood,
Ooh.
but the kiss takes over, and you feel that resonance start to flow into you, and it is
What's that resonance?
electric.
Okay.
It is.
Alright.
Well, it is. You know, it's fear, but it's not your fear. It's all the adrenaline. It's all the fight or flight. But
Mm-hmm.
you're not the one in
That it's
direct.
something from the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is all that electricity, all of that, like
Adrenaline.
present life, and you are aware, mostly by a slackening of the blood flow slightly, that Hancock is also bitten.
Can I take a stain?
Sure. If you feel like you taking a stain.
I feel. Let me see. I think it would damage my conviction value human life.
Okay.
All right. And so in regards to this, I have to.
What's your hunger at currently?
2.
Okay.
So I'm not like super
No, you're not
hungry or
super
anything.
ready to go. So you feel it begin to slacken, and then you feel it begin to slow a little more, and you can disengage if you want to.
Once he starts slacking, because I'm not like as hungry as one might anticipate,
Mm-hmm.
I sort of like detach and
Okay.
like lean back. All right, here it is. All right.
When you do that,
Stain.
Hancock also detaches, and he licks the wound. And Evan is not in very good shape, but he is alive.
I'll probably just take him to a hotel room
He,
and leave him.
he nods.
No big deal.
Back at the Haven.
Keep going.
So, Madison, you've got this influx of information. You've seen Alex not look good and run out. What's your reaction?
Okay. He just literally starts talking to himself. Okay. Even Alex wouldn't just flip out like that for no reason. And that happened right after I opened up my phone. Checked on things. So
Alex,
probably...
you find yourself on the roof. You've tripped those latches, and the beast is just roaring at you to go back down. Go ahead and roll your unspent willpower again for me, please. Now that you're away from the source of the hunger.
1 success.
Okay. Now that you're away from him and the smell, because it was definitely coming from Madison, you're able to tamp the beast down. And it's a nice night.
I'm going to sit up here for a while and let him do whatever it is exactly that he's doing.
Okay. So Madison, he doesn't come back down.
Do some Google searches on the place that is represented in that GPS.
Okay. Give me an intelligence academics, please.
Oh, shit.
That's your
Oh.
jam.
I'm a smart boy. I only got 2 successes, though.
2 successes. Yeah, it was a...
Oh, hold on. This doesn't calculate crits properly. It's 3 successes.
Okay, great. Are you?
Both of those 10s were not on hunger.
Well, then at base level, that would be 4 successes.
Oh, okay. Then
Because-
that's 4 successes.
Well, and did you get... So you got 2 10s on the roll?
I got 2 10s and nothing else.
Okay, then that's 4 successes. That's fantastic. So yeah, you go in some searches, and you immediately start cross-referencing some earlier research that you've been doing regarding the Southern Lords. And this place was a very, very wealthy, well-established antebellum plantation, responsible for a lot of cotton production. And it was one of the locations that was on your list of probables for the one of the domains of one of the Southern Lords.
The message I got that said, "Thank you, this is very useful information," was that in a different written voice than previous communications from this number?
Nope, same guy. As far as
Okay.
yeah, there's nothing that you can tell is different now. You do some once you've done the searches, actually a Google alert pops up as the algorithm catches up, and it says that there was some sort of freak accident at that location, at the sort of the archaeological preservation efforts, and a good portion of that place is burned. A lot of historical data is lost. A lot of buildings and artifacts are gone now.
I'm gonna send back a message that says, "Glad to hear it. Perhaps we should debrief."
Oh.
Takes a little bit for a message to come back. And it says, I heard through the gate. I got this through the grapevine. If you want more, get in touch with AB.
Bitch, I'm not a grapevine. That doesn't make sense.
Maybe.
That doesn't make sense.
You think through that, and you think like he's a deep cover operative, so he probably wasn't involved with that.
Mm-hmm.
So like he heard of what happened through his contacts.
Right,
He
so
wa-
I'll have to pump a different contact to debrief on it. Yeah, so Alex can probably just hear Madison very loudly going, "Ah!" and then punching something inside, because he assumes there's nobody who can hear him right now.
Okay.
And then after letting a little bit of inappropriate emotion out, he puts the Ventrue face back on, goes over to his computer, and begins extending the web to connect with the Archbishop.
Okay. You're pretty sure that's going to take some doing.
Oh, of course.
Because there was the contact information you were given was explicitly not for that purpose.
Right.
But Alex,
So I need to contact contacts
yeah.
who can contact contacts.
So Alex, you're up on the roof. You did hear that little outburst from down there, and you think you're calm. Like you don't. The beast isn't talking to you. That mind space has faded. You're yourself again.
Okay. I'm going to tentatively head back downstairs, but I'm going to be prepared to flee again if need be, or if I get down there and have difficulty understanding the metaphysical situation that is occurring.
Okay. You get down. Everything seems fine. Madison is very attentively on his phone and on his laptop, like bouncing between devices.
So,
By the way, Madison's gun is out of the holster and just sitting on the couch next to him.
I'm gonna. I don't have fortitude, so guns do still scare me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of look at the gun and look at him, and
Are we all right?
yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Okay. So check this out. And he is just going to straight up show Alex the chain of messages. And then he points to the two that Madison didn't remember sending and says, I didn't send those.
Is it possible that your memory was erased?
If they'd compromised the device, that would make sense. So if they'd logged into the account on a different device and sent it from my number via my Google credentials, that would make sense, but I wouldn't have it on the actual history here.
Right.
Remotely controlling a phone in that sense that's Hollywood stuff.
Right.
I think something a little stranger is happening here, because if you notice the time and date, this is right before we sat down with your friend for her family goulash.
That explains something. Oh, okay. Oh, that's...
And I'm guessing that's why you just had a moment.
Yeah, that's grim. That is grim. Oh, Lord.
I don't think she did this to me. I have gone to great lengths to make sure it's not easy to do that sort of thing.
No. That's so I suspect, and I could be wrong. No, I'm not wrong. So the reason I had to leave the room is, you know that thing that happened before where your blood became more potent?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happened again.
I think this is related to a debt being paid, the debt that I may have incurred calling upon the power of this individual to save Sister Lynn.
One of those situations where they say we're not gonna charge you now, but at some undetermined time in the future.
Well, if I were an elder, even Methuselah Ventrue, knowing a young Ventrue neonate had just opened themselves to me, I would probably do something long-term like this, something that might never even be noticed. By the way, this building, he points to the pin on the GPS, this burned down, and I'm 98% sure that's where one of the Southern Lords was entombed.
So, our suspicion, as of this moment, is that utilizing whatever mystical power my sister bestowed upon you, that some very, very powerful ancient vampire is able to, at least once or twice, literally hijack your entire body and do what it will, and it has done something. And now the Archbishop of the Sabbat owes us one, so I mean, I'm not really seeing a downside.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of experiencing that sort of thing. For what it's worth, it's actually not a terribly advanced power of the blood to do that to somebody.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh. Lord.
So back in the car.
God damn it.
Hancock just sort of shoves Evan to the side. And he's just sort of on the floor. Yeah, whatever. He's just sort of on the floor.
Well, I'm glad you're not mad at me. I thought maybe after the last text you would be. It's good to see that you're actually not.
He reaches over and puts his hand on Evan's foot and twists it.
Oh.
And there is a snap.
Okay. All right, I get it. You are still mad. Listen, I don't like Alex. He's not my type. He's gay. She's like getting a little bit visibly distressed that she's not getting any sort of response back.
He
I've been trying to get those things for you that you asked for.
his face doesn't change, but he reminiscent of that night in the hotel, slowly pats his lap.
Ugh.
Ugh.
On the inside, she's just like, oh my god. And looks back down at the foot and just how easily he fucking twisted it. And she's just like, oh shit. But that blood sure does have her walking over real fast, like.
Okay, yeah,
damn
you
it.
are you are in his lap.
Sorry, this is the fourth one. All right.
Wow, we got him to 4. Jeez.
God damn it.
And
If you're mad, I can just go. It's no big deal. I'm sorry. though.
his hand is on the back of your head.
Mm! Oh, shit.
And very quietly, softer than you've ever heard him speak, he says, "What do you want, Willow?"
Oh, Mo's trying to think of a response that is appropriate, given everything.
Cadence, that car hasn't moved, hasn't turned on.
Please switch to someone for just a moment.
Sure.
She is
Oh, shit.
going to maybe try to creep closer and see if she can hear.
Okay.
She knows it. She knows it's going to be muffled, but she wants to be able to, maybe if she can get like under the car or something, like maybe the sound will be a little clearer.
Okay.
Okay, I think I got something.
Give me a Dex stealth roll, please.
Okay. It would help if I didn't drop my dice all over the goddamn floor. Alright. It's 2.
2 successes. Yeah, you're able to get close. You don't hear anything because it's pretty soundproof, and there's not a lot of motion going on. But you're closer, and that's something. So back in the car, what does Willow say?
So I feel like maybe based on the fact that she did just drink this very like amped up blood and everything, that when he says, "What do you want?" she just says, "I just want to be connected to someone, you know."
Aww.
Or do you mean something else? Because I want lots of things. And that same smile comes out. Her teeth are, her teeth had retracted after she finished drinking, but they're back out again.
Okay. We're going to
Put a pin in it.
abstract some stuff real quick.
Okay.
Oh
Lord.
Yeah. not entirely comfortable with going to certain places, but we do need to go deal with it.
Yeah.
So. First, I'd like a wits insight roll from Willow.
Oh boy, this isn't going to be very good. Oh yikes! As you guys could probably tell, not her strongest. Oh, but I did get 1 success.
Okay.
That's something.
There is clearly a lot of simmering anger here.
Yeah.
As best you can tell, it's not directed at you. So you think that
he might not know.
You maybe not that. That you're not able to pick up on, but you think you have some cards to play.
Okay. Yeah.
So what I want to know is, what does Willow want to get out of this?
Out of this encounter in particular?
Yes.
This encounter in particular was.
If she could get something,
She could get something.
what would she want to get?
He's gonna give her something. That's the thing. Willow doesn't. There's not a lot of monetary things that Willow needs or anything like that. There's
Information,
information is the
leverage. Do you want him to drink again? What's
Ooh.
what's your priority list here?
I mean, getting another drink would definitely be great. Oh shit. I could ask him about that rumor. I don't want him to get mad, but I do want him to get mad.
Wow, she's literally describing every relationship I've ever been in.
Sorry. Number 5. Yeah, I want to get that. I want to get another drink.
Okay. So.
And then afterwards, I want her to ask in a sort of way, that Willow does. She's like, I don't remember us having sex, but I sure am hearing that.
Okay,
What's up with
you're gonna drop that. So
Yeah,
I will let you know.
After drinking occurs.
Okay, so
Gonna walk in before I bring it up.
drinking his blood is easy. He'll let you do that.
He's gonna try to.
If
withhold.
well, like he's not gonna try and force that on you, but he won't stop you from doing it if you want to, and that may or may not happen. But
Okay,
you get the sense as the sort of the encounter goes on. If you want him to take that second drink, you're gonna need to get more physically intimate with him than you have before.
Does he have a knife on his person
No.
that I can feel? Would I probably have one?
Yeah.
Considering I showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open a vein while I'm sitting in his lap.
Okay. You do that.
I'm gonna cut something. My neck, whatever. Tongue, I don't know.
I'm not sure if you didn't hear me, but
Keep going.
you sort of, as you're doing this dance, your insight, the thing that you definitely get is that if you want him to drink, you need to get more physically intimate with him before he does
I'll
that.
do it.
Okay.
She's ready for this. She's ready for this blood, and she's ready to get him into that blood.
So we'll hand wave the specifics, but we'll say that does happen.
Don't worry, fan fiction will appear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I am not opposed to having this more detailed kind of role play, but in this situation, I am somewhat uncomfortable detailing it out because it is fucked up.
Everything bad happens.
Oh yeah.
If it's bad, it happened.
So I would like you to give me a charisma persuasion roll and add your pretty girl dice, and add a die for the blood bond that you already have with him.
Yeah, I already have one. I sure am banking on fucking Alex to be able to break it.
I mean, that's something you know he can do now.
Let's hope he can replicate it. All right, let me see. You said it would be charisma?
Charisma, persuasion, and you can add your striking looks.
Pretty
And
girl dice.
yeah, and the die you get, and a die for the one dot blood bond that you have.
Okay. Scott.
What happened?
Look.
What does that say?
Scott, it's a bestial success, Scott.
Wait, is that a bestial success or bestial failure?
One success, but I got 2
Okay.
bestial.
Unfortunately, that doesn't matter. As long as you get a success.
Damn it.
Sorry.
It's okay. One of these days, it'll give me what I want.
Okay. So, after some tumbling around,
So sorry.
you
That's 6, by the way.
Okay then. You do get him to drink. Do you drink from him as well? Because the blood is up. Like, you're in a very close situation, and he also makes his blood available after you do the same.
Is there any sort of way to fake it, Scott?
If I would allow a manipulation subterfuge, or a dex subterfuge.
Let me see. Dex subterfuge would be pretty good. And so a dex, if I tried to do a dex subterfuge, what would that net
would-
me toward? Just like
Like sleight of hand,
biting, biting, and then like not drinking.
yeah, like not swallowing, like actively, like looking like you're getting some, like having it in your mouth, but like letting it leak out.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let me roll some of these dice to see if I can avoid it. If I can't, well, I mean, I'll drink it. But
Okay.
all right, it would be like, because if I've cut myself with a knife, there's blood all over here.
Mhm.
I'm
Oh yeah.
sure I have. So then that I could sit there and be like, okay, 6 dice. Oh yeah, 5 successes.
Okay. You're able to pull that off. The blood's in your mouth though, and it's real good.
Oh, it's so potent.
I will let Mo decide if she drinks or not, but it is
Stop.
very, very. It is that bottom shelf whiskey, but thick and just tantalizing.
I feel like I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna drink
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
God damn
And
it, I can't let that go, Scott. God damn
Oh, Willow.
in
it.
the
God.
in the afterglow, as you're both sort of just sitting in this heightened
Trying to
supernatural
remember.
intimacy.
Even or Evan.
Yeah, Evan's there, but he's not moving. Hancock, he says, Willow, you really need to get out of that gutter.
I'm working on that.
You don't understand. I don't know everything they're up to. And I really need you to find out what we talked about. They have a plan, Willow. And it doesn't involve me. And it doesn't involve my boys.
Some weird stuff has been happening.
I don't think your little fucking Freedom Club or those savages down south, whatever they're planning, I don't think you're going to be here long. You need to be behind the rope soon. And we need to figure out what they're fucking up to with this Methuselah bullshit.
I have a question. Does the imagery of a black stag mean anything to you? Or
No,
a black heart? Nothing.
no.
As sheriff, did you ever butt heads with like Lilith stuff?
You need to make a roll for him.
Okay.
Like that concert?
Concert?
Yeah, Lilith Fest or Lilith Fair.
There
I
was
don't
a
know what you're talking about. Some mortal thing with a bunch of fucking hippies.
No. Wait, what? Hmm.
I don't know. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Fuck.
And he like straightens himself up, kind of like maneuvers you off of him, and says,
Ugh.
"I've got things I need to go, but
Do you
you."
want me? Can you take care of Evan?
He's like, "Oh, you don't worry about him."
Please don't kill him.
It's like, "All right."
I appreciate it.
And he leans over close to you and unlocks the door.
Thanks. Bye. I'll see you around, Daddy. And she just sort of walks out, and she's just so pleased. But she's also upset that he didn't. She was really hoping that he'd be like, "Yeah, I've dealt with some bullshit. Fucking give me nothing. Fuck off." And so
So-
she just like walks out of the Hummer, and she's just thrilled. One, to be alive. Two, that was great. Oh God, I love that blood. Actually, let me annotate.
Yeah, you better.
Let me annotate this in my notes.
So, Cadence, you there starts to be a light rain,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing in the car ever got too wild as far as you can tell. And eventually you see Willow walk out.
Question.
Mhm.
Can I
Just bewildered.
do my fancy sharp claws work while I'm shapeshifted?
They can if you activate them.
I would like to, and then I want to poke them through the tire just enough to give it a slow leak.
Oh, I
Okay.
love it.
I love you.
Okay. First of all, did you make the rouse checks for shit turning into a dog?
That's a success.
Okay.
And I'll make the rouse check for the claws. That's also a success. I am honestly surprised. Gives me 2. And yes, I want to try to give him a slow
Okay.
leak.
You're able
So
to
real.
sneak in there and make that happen
Okay.
before Willow gets out of the car.
All right.
Just sort
So
of, like eventually, like, do I see you back there? Just
I'm under. I think I'm underneath the car.
Yeah.
I look down and I just like motion with my hand while I walk. Go walk to my.
The car turns on and
Oh.
starts to pull away while you're still under it and while you're walking away from it.
So yeah, as the car's pulling away, you would probably see her because.
Get over here, come on. And I sort of like briskly start walking and turning a corner.
She's
So
gonna
what
wait till
is-
the car's out of sight, and then she's gonna
Okay.
go over.
All right.
She's gonna look at you with the most judgmental dog face,
This
as much
dog
as dogs can look
This
judgmental.
dog is judging me.
Okay, back at the Haven.
Okay.
Indeed.
We're
What
in Delaware.
in Delaware. So, any further action, or are you just still working on those contacts?
I mean, he's working on the contacts, but a lot of that's going to be hurry up and wait.
Yeah, it is.
So he's probably going to spend as much time as Alex is willing to spend with him, just kind of talking
Ooh.
through the problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
trying to use our combined occult knowledge and
All right.
intellect to puzzle out a little
Yeah,
bit more.
if
what's
one of
going on.
you wants to make an intelligence occult, the other can lend a die for assistance.
I've got 5 on that.
I will lend the die.
Cool.
Can't wait to do my remorse check at the end of this session.
Oh yeah.
2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, this is outside of sort of standard powers of the blood and whatnot, because the sticking point that you're running into is you don't know what Alex's sister did, or whether she was directly responsible for it, or what it was. I mean, Alex, you know that particularly people of the Malkavian blood, have visions that tap
yeah.
into things. So it could be that she just tapped into something that resonated with Alex, or she could have done something directly to influence it. You're not entirely certain.
And the timestamp was before we had the goulash?
It was before you had the goulash. It was before you left to go to that meeting.
So that makes me... Alex, check my logic on this. That makes me think it probably isn't her fault. I mean, I'd certainly be impressed if, having never met me before, she was able to influence me in that way. Whereas the notion of some ancient Ventrue lord affecting another Ventrue through the medium of your sister's enchantment or whatever the hell you would want to call it, that to me seems like the more plausible of the two explanations.
So I'm going to give you, I guess, a sort of the best that I can come up with by way of a hypothesis.
Mm-hmm.
My sister most likely did not knowingly tie you into any sort of thing like this. However, whatever my sister did, look, Malkavians occasionally spawn bizarre powers. You've seen me do the same thing.
Yeah, certainly.
And we're not always entirely sure exactly what it is that we've done. My suspicion is that, however, my sister may have managed to briefly align your blood with that of a much more powerful vampire, she in no way likely assumed that that would end up with you making contact with one of the what are they called? The old
Southern Lords?
Southern Lords. However, sort of like a large plane suddenly blipping onto a radar that you weren't on before. My assumption, however specious it may be, is that the moment your power level spiked in that way, that is when these things recognized you, and that it was an unintended consequence of her power.
That would make sense. I felt that my blood thicken as if I... And if that's all they saw of me, then they would... Oh.
It would also mean that a twofold thing. The first is that I am able to recognize when this is happening to you. The second is that I am likely to frenzy every single time you do.
That's something we got to get under control then. I can't have that happening to you.
Well, of all of the compatriots that you have frenzying, I'm probably the least to be terribly concerned about.
Oh, I'm not afraid for myself.
Thank you. That makes me feel great about me. But the thing that I'm most concerned with is that if we can figure out a way that I'm able to recognize these signs before they occur, then maybe I can predict when you're going to ping onto that thing's radar. That could be the best. That could be the best chance we have to sort of make contact with these Southern Lords, which is, I believe, one of our long-term goals.
We'll see if contact is a goal, but here, let me show you the documentation I've compiled. And he's going to just open the, fucking 30 PDFs worth of notes and scans and shit that he accumulated while working with the Tremere before. And review, now that he's thinking about it, he's going to review that documentation for any references to the plantation that the GPS pin was referring to see if he can associate the plantation with a specific Southern Lord.
Give me an intelligence academics roll, because it's not all laid out for you.
Right,
like,
inference is necessary.
Yeah, you don't. The lines aren't directly crossing with the data that you have.
That is 5 successes.
Okay.
Good lord.
I'm a smart
So
boy.
yeah, you have to play hopscotch with the data, but you do see in sort of the historical dealings of the lords, of the sort of the presumed mortal families that they were connected to. You see that plantation showing up in places time and time again, mostly in relation to dealings with the
The thing older than them?
no, not that actually.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to think real quick here. What would be good? Yeah, with one of what you suspect was the Southern Lord of Toreador lineage.
So,
You don't have a name because their names are buried and lost, and if referred to, it's euphemistic. But there are bloodlines that are associated with these areas and histories and things, and you're pretty certain that area was tied to things that have been tied to what's most likely a Toreador Southern Lord.
well, I think the Southern Lords may be down one Toreador then. My guess is that.
So, shot in the dark here. Don't call me stupid, but Southern Lords are down one Toreador. Southern Lords have somehow managed to, I suspect, sort of co-opt you. And Victoria Ash is visiting soon.
May or may not be a coincidence, and
I'm beginning to believe that almost nothing we've experienced so far is a coincidence at all.
I agree. I'm going to set up some automatic checks to watch for this sort of thing in the future. If it happens too many more times, I'm going to put myself on ice.
I would really, really prefer you don't do that, because now I am growing uniquely concerned that Victoria Ash is going to suddenly play host to the Toreador Southern Lord at some point during her party that is upcoming, and that's going to be quite uncomfortable, and we're all probably going to die.
Well, I guess
I mean,
if
not
I'm going
me.
to go one way or
You
the other,
guys.
I'd like to die with all of you. You've all been very nice to me.
So, ladies, what's the destination? Where are you going from the bar?
Cadence is
I'm getting
heading
an
back to
Uber
the
back.
Haven.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you guys talked over each other for a little bit.
Sorry.
Well, I'm going back to the communal haven.
Okay, all right, same. All right. So about this point in the conversation between Alex and Madison, the girls roll in.
Can we say that it was
Hi,
just
we're
at the right
back.
point so that Cadence, with her enhanced senses, could hear Madison saying, "I'll ice myself," like the end of that sentence?
Sure.
As we're opening the door.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, hi,
Oh,
girls.
you're back and alive.
Did you get?
If I still have my enhanced hearing up, then I assume I'm still a dog.
I would guess so. Yeah.
So she's gonna look at him and she's just gonna head tilt, confused dog face, and then a growl.
So Madison
I
is so
am going to
distracted
say-
that he reads the head tilt as a pet request and just reaches down and scratches the dog's head without thinking.
And
No,
I'm going
how
to
dare
yell
you.
puppy and do the same.
Ugh.
I bet this is so demeaning, Cadence. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you hate this, Cadence, or do you love it?
She's going to glare at everyone, walk back to her room, change back to Cadence, and walk back.
Okay.
That's very patronizing.
Being patted like that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't.
I am an intimidating junkyard dog. I am not a puppy.
Yeah, you are kind of an intimidating dog. I wouldn't pet you if I saw you.
She gets it.
Hey, so speaking of things you wouldn't or maybe shouldn't do, how did your date with Hancock go?
Ugh.
Oh, really good.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking shit's gonna go south, and I just boring annoying as fuck.
I got the distinct feeling that, and I wouldn't say that he's scared, but I'd say that he's concerned. And I also think that he doesn't know it was us. He doesn't know it was us, and therefore me, and that's great.
Did he
I'm gonna-
mention me? Did he mention
About.
me?
No, but I did have to use your name and to sort of deflect.
Did you invoke me like some sort of a monster?
No,
Oh.
I did not. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Every Malkavian, deep down, they just wish to be invoked in some sense or another.
It's true. It's one of our clan advantages. We sometimes we get invoked.
That's,
And vitriol like wine. Sip.
That's terrifying, I guess. No, it went really well. Oh God. I got him to drink my blood twice. It's great, guys. I just couldn't hold it in any longer.
Damn.
I was gonna wait till 3, but I just have to tell somebody.
No, that's good. Good work.
Did you
All
drink his?
Yeah, of course I did.
Alex, get on that shit.
Come on. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Did you do
Okay.
like disgusting
you-
grown-up things?
If by that you mean, did I cut him with a knife? And the answer is yes.
Ugh.
Have you fed from him twice?
Yeah, she has.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I make the choice not to divulge that. But he did drink from me twice, and that's what's most important.
My God.
Um,
Did you use protection?
She like sort of she sits on the beanbag and is like,
Okay, so we're gonna move on to embarrassing stuff about me.
Yeah,
Hey.
so what was that about you icing yourself? Because, like, I would be very, like, upset.
wait,
Well,
what happened?
Hear me out. Check this out. And this is bad, so don't think this is funny. I wish it was funny. I'm trying to make it funny. It's really not funny. I didn't
So-
send this text.
when he says that, Alex clearly, fakely laughs out loud.
Madison nods approvingly.
So
Oh.
you don't remember
Someone
Saying
hacked your
that?
phone?
No. Because if you look at the timestamp, this is right before we went to what's her name's, Russian goulash extravaganza.
was it right before we went in or was it while it was
It's before we
happening?
even left here.
So someone hacked you.
Right. I
Okay.
think, Cadence, that is actually exactly correct.
Fuck.
So here's the working theory, right? He pulls up the PDFs and his annotations and whatnot, turns he actually turns just the screen of the laptop around because he's got one of those nice ones where the screens are separate from the keyboard. So the GPS pin that I sent to this person, who's one of our southern region contacts, points to a plantation that is associated, by my best guess, with the Toreador member of the Southern Lords coterie, I guess. They may or may not have been a coterie, but that place went up in flames tonight.
Oh well, I mean, the Sambat love to take out elders, so I mean they're probably just
Right.
cleaning up house.
Right.
How did you know that you gave him those coordinates? How
Right.
could you have possibly known that that's where they were?
I don't know.
Wait.
I swear, is this some sort of like
Oh,
deep fake Manchurian candidate bullshit?
Yes,
The funny
precisely
thing
that.
about
You need
that,
you need
you're
to,
not
like,
the
get
first person
checked.
to suggest that literally any of us could be that in the last 48
so
hours.
someone hacked you to get someone to burn this place down.
I think it was Lord Blackheart.
The thing we're all supposed to kill.
Yes, because my current theory is that Lord Blackheart was the Ventrue member of the Southern Lords. And I think, this is entirely speculative, circumstantially supported by evidence and my own intuition, and Alex, more or less agreed with my theory being the most likely of the ones we have, is that when I used Alex's sister's drawing to channel the powers of deeper blood than I actually possess, to save Sister Lynn, that opened a channel to Lord Blackheart, who is an older member of the Ventrue clan, therefore to whom I'm probably related indirectly, or maybe directly, who knows. And that would have given him the opportunity to act through me in a sort of unspoken bargain. And now this is where we get fully speculative. I think that he had me give this information to our acquaintances, knowing what the fate of the individual who rests in this location would be if I did so.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that tracks with just the one exception of how you knew. That's it. Everything else.
I technically wouldn't have to know if it works similar to other techniques of the blood that the Ventrue have access to. It could have simply been an instruction to send this information that I didn't even have to consciously know.
Okay,
So, like,
but like, I mean, granted, it could just be, stupid Elder Kindred being stupid, petty Elder Kindred, but what is the net gain here for burning down old crusty Toreador's mansion?
Power play.
Savant.
If the Southern Lords are awakening.
Yeah.
I've got a theory on that.
All right, let's hear it.
What do you got?
Well, it's a work in progress, so bear with me. I don't understand Methuselahs. They are terrifying, and for obvious reasons due to some past acquaintances, I don't particularly care for them. My running theory currently is that the Southern Lords were not allies in the way that we would necessarily consider allies to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were more possibly allies of convenience than anything else. And if that is in fact true, it may be that Lord Blackheart needed a Toreador who was more easily amenable to his machinations. If that is so, he would need a Toreador of sufficient power and sufficient renown to push his plans forward. And if the Toreador of the Southern Lords has been destroyed, and he has a way to hijack or hack, I think we use the term, other lesser members of various clans, Victoria Ash is going to be in town very soon. She's very well known among the Toreador clan, and she would be a wonderful target for him.
Yeah.
It's a working theory. I don't know.
Oh, I bet we can get a boon for that warning and heads up.
We had
Holy
any
shit.
evidence?
But now, okay. I am easily confused, I will admit this, but I get Black douche hijacking Madison because they're both Ventrue.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no blood connection with Miss Ash. Where do the wires get crossed there?
Unless he has her blood now. If the other Southern Lord, the Toreador Southern Lord, is not dead, but is in fact torpid and in his possession, who knows what he might be able to pull.
Just make my head spin.
Be some next level maneuvering to get a bunch of Sabbat working for a Methuselah Ventrue.
I want to tell you a funny story. I'm not going to tell you a story. I'm just going to say some words in a particular order. Part of the reason that I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds stupid what I said, but I thought it sounded cool, so I don't know where you have to take that from me. Anyhow,
I think you sounded cool.
Thank you. So, part of the reason that I decided to leave the Sword of Cain was that there is a lot of hypocrisy in that movement.
Right.
Surprise.
I don't recall the Archbishop on a personal level. We weren't friends. But I do recall that he's a big old cunt. And if he suspects that he can use that sort of power that he has in a way that would be advantageous to him, it does not surprise me, or it would not surprise me, if he knew exactly what he was doing and was doing it on purpose.
So
All right, let's make this. Go ahead.
Wait. Here's my tinfoil hat theory. Because the Sapots, you know, your old crew, they're all about well,
Just say it. It's fine.
yeah, they're all about eating other vamps. You think maybe the Archbishop went all
Oh,
on the
Lord.
guy?
That would be my first guess if the Sabat got their hands on an older or even older Toreador. So let's make this all even more complicated. There's a Methuselah cult operating out of the city as well, remember?
Yeah,
Oh
it's-
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And they could have members of their cult that have really infiltrated all levels of vampire society.
Yeah, the sheriff is pretty sure the prince is in on it.
Oh, definitely. Not even a question.
I was alone with the prince when we first met her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't recall her saying anything strange, but if she'd successfully overcome my mental fortitude, I wouldn't even remember the command being implanted.
Well, yeah, but that was a first meeting. Like, it could just be her being like, I'm not gonna let some douchebag stranger know I'm in a fucking cult.
No, I'm saying it might have been her.
That she implanted it. If she's
It
a
mesmerized
Ventrue
me.
and she's old and, you know, good at that sort of stuff. All
Exactly,
she would
the
really
Ventrue-
would have to do is
Well,
talk to you.
okay.
So
So
now I have to add her to my list of possible.
Okay, so let's bring this all back because we got a lot of wild head space things going on here and theories being thrown around. What do we do with what we got?
I'm sorry, I want to add one more wild thing and then make a suggestion. The
Okay.
other wild thing is we were all at some point alone with Baron Tren. Moving forward from there, I don't fucking trust Baron Tren.
No, I
either.
fucking don't either. You know what he said to us?
What did he say to you?
What's
He's
that?
okay. So he said that we're not allowed to go out to Hancock anymore
What?
Without his clearance.
without his Okay, so obviously we could probably make a case if Hancock moved first and we had to defend ourselves, but he is off limits. If there's a conflict, we have to go to the Baron first, which I think is absolute not a bullshit.
Kind of is.
It
It is,
definitely
but
is.
it's also politics. Like, I do understand why a Baron would say that. It would be a shitty thing to do, but I do
Well,
understand.
it's cowardly is what it is.
Well, he is a big old coward, so...
But that's neither here nor there. To answer the question of what we need to do, the Southern Lord thing keeps poking its fucking head into our business.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard about it, and now we've seen it, and now it's directly affecting me and Alex. I think we need to focus most of our efforts on getting more information and positioning ourselves in a favorable fashion.
Hold on, Madison. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. That was not a mesmerism command. That's not what that was. That's why I seemed very shocked earlier when you said that it was something simple to do. You didn't exhibit a bizarre pattern of behavior and then fulfill a command. Your potency of blood literally dropped to the point that I couldn't be in the room with you. I wanted to eat you.
Right, just now.
Yeah, when it happened earlier. So my suspicion is that anytime that sort of thing happens, that is what is going on.
I will say,
did it
Madison,
happen-
you did not feel... You felt that happen before on 2 occasions. You did not have the sensation that that happened.
Maybe you were sensing an echo or something, because I didn't feel my blood quicken in the way that it did before.
You didn't... Oh, fuck.
Also,
what
whenever
does that
I was
mean?
manipulated to do this, that was 3 days ago. Not right now.
Well, that does complicate matters and bring me to another possibility. I think there was a Methuselah in the room with us a little earlier tonight.
What?
I felt it. I absolutely felt it. I thought it was coming from you. I was almost sure of it. But if you didn't feel it and you felt it before, that potency of blood was in the room with us.
Well,
Look, man, I just wanted to make music.
And I just wanted to make money.
and I just wanted to not be involved in a fucking supernatural fucking grudge war, but here we all are, so what are we gonna do about it?
I think that you probably lost that bit the moment you became a vampire, dear.
Yeah, well, none of it's asked for that, so fuck you.
The game is a Vampire the Masquerade. There's this whole jihad thing that's been going on in it.
just
I
to be
don't
Part
clear-
know.
of the show where they say the name of the show.
So, just to be clear, Cadence, I was given the choice that you never were. No, nobody really? Is it from an old vampire movie from the 90s? Nobody. Okay. Anyway,
Sorry.
so
1,000 miles
basically,
away.
we're fucked.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
No, we're not.
I like it when you're the voice of reason, Madison.
Okay. So I ask again, what are we gonna do next? Because
We need to investigate the Southern Lords, most definitely.
okay.
Some
We
sort of-
need to
has to
find
be.
allies.
Okay. Speaking of, so that bitch with the suits.
Yeah.
She totally thinks she's making some sort of weird political power play, which, yes. And she wants in. So she's gonna be like hitting you up.
Okay, that's really convenient.
Wait, she thinks that we're gonna do some sort of weird power play?
Yeah, no, she totally thinks it already. Because we're all now buddy buddy with the guys.
I mean,
Edward.
yeah.
Oh, you mean
Most
Vicky?
definitely.
Yeah, Vicky
Yeah.
totally thinks that we're pulling some shit.
Yeah, the bitch
Well,
with the
Vicky
suits.
sees even angrier with the Baron than he was before now.
Mhm.
So
Well, I have to say, we find ourselves at a bizarre juncture. I've no fucking clue what to do.
I mean, I was interested in trying to get a hold of Sister Lynn for multiple reasons, but the biggest one is, she's in a cult. Wouldn't you think like a local cult would have tabs on other local cult, like competition and stuff?
I mean,
I wanted to talk
fucking
to her
cult.
because I'm sure she knows lots of shit.
the Sedites know lots of shit anyway, regardless.
But,
of
I mean,
status.
exactly. But, we apparently have to go through her daddy to get to her first.
I also think it's not. I absolutely agree that we should be talking to the Setites. I also think it wouldn't hurt if my next course of action were to talk to my sister and figure
Okay.
out if she actually knows what she did.
I mean,
And-
just go south to do it,
And should I try to hit up? I mean, I don't. Should I try to maybe talk to the mages again, see what they know?
Yes.
They know something's going down.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I doubt they know much about old vampire shit, but it might,
I'm
be
sure
helpful.
that they have some sort of awareness of lore, local lore,
do you think your connection with them can handle that sort of stress of requesting their assistance or requesting they act peaceably and possibly cooperatively with us again? Then that's a great idea.
I mean, I'm not gonna talk to the head lady again, but I can try reaching out to Reagan.
I'm going to keep my
She's
research
okay
up.
with meeting me by ourselves.
Now that we have a specific data point and some more interactions, I might be able to extrapolate a little bit more about what they were up to and what their relationships were like. So I think I'm going to focus on that unless anyone has any objection to that.
No, please keep going.
I want to loop back around to one thing though. Willow, you said Hancock was worried, but he didn't think we were the ones that fucked him over.
No. It's just something about the way he had. I think he's shaken. He's aware that the prince is involved in something that doesn't involve him at all.
Such as?
Period. He knows that it's some cult bullshit. And
So he's claiming that he's not involved?
yeah.
Then why would she protect him?
Maybe it's a keep your enemies close thing. She knows he knows, and she wants to keep tabs on him.
Oh, I do not even want to conceptualize him as a potential ally.
I
Yeah,
think
no.
I hate to break it
Disgusting.
to you, but from our conversation, I think he is. Real sorry.
That makes me feel dirty and
Oh
angry.
yeah, I'm burning this outfit. Fuck
mean-
Tommy Hilfiger.
Imagine how Willow feels. She fucked him.
I know, dude. Gross.
Do you guys want to burn the outfit together?
I feel
That
like
sounds
we
like a
have
great
to.
team building activity.
Yeah.
It's very expensive, but like, yeah, it's probably for the best.
Let's
I
do
feel
it
like
then.
it's not really worth much anymore.
No, this is very expensive. This is designer.
Yeah, dude, like you couldn't afford another 6 more.
Yeah, but they don't make these. You couldn't possibly understand. All right, I'm gonna change into something else so we can burn this because
We can make s'mores,
We can make s'mores. I love it.
and none of us can eat them.
No, but we're like a
Smell
family,
nice, though.
basically.
or we
Yeah.
could.
You can toss them to the Simba, see if they eat them.
Like a terrible, terrible family.
No, that's not what's happening. I'm changing. she like goes to change out of
Love you too, Willow.
the ruined Tommy Hilfiger outfit.
Mm-hmm.
It's so iconic.
Indeed. So yeah, you guys eventually make it way. I think probably the back of a back alley of your haven. Get a trash can.
Oh gosh, who wants to do it? I'm no,
Yeah,
fuck it. I'm gonna do
Dibs.
it. No, I want to.
I feel like what I should mostly do is write a song about it.
Yeah, like burn it down or something. I don't know.
Oh my. They say-
Fucking, I just fucking toss a match in there and like jump
Alright.
away.
So the designer fabric burns. I don't know what that would smell like, but probably not
Oh, it would
great.
smell like burning rubber.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be nasty.
Mm.
And you guys are around it at a distance, not right up on it, because well,
no, I'm. No.
that's fire.
Fuck that. I want it to burn, but like I don't want to be super close. I'm scared.
And we'll cut away from this little family scene for a bit. South of the city, not too far away, Espot is being held.
Here, I thought he was going to say, everything is fine, nothing is wrong, and you don't need to worry anymore.
Oh, no. Espot is being held beneath the Carniceria, across the street from the federal penitentiary. There is there's a lot of pomp and circumstance. Heroes are being lauded. There are dozens of mortals in various stages of insanguination around. The Archbishop stands before a grinning, just, you can tell he's dumb. Like, he just has this dumb fucking smile on his face. And there is a chalice being passed around. People are putting their blood into it. And the Archbishop, in a very ceremonial way, is praising the bravery and the luck of Carl,
God damn it.
who, amongst his brothers and sisters of the Sabbat, had the blessing of Cain to sink his fangs into the elder that they dug up earlier tonight. And there's a moment as the Valdery cup is passed to Carl, and he just puts his blood in and passes it to the Archbishop. When all of the cavorting, all of the shouting, all of the hooting and chanting that is going on in the room stops. And all eyes go to Carl. And they kneel before him. Even the Archbishop goes to his knees as they just look in adoration. And then the spell is broken. And the cup is passed around and everyone takes a drink. And the celebrations start again. But Carl stands back from it all. Carl stands back and looks in a direction north, if you were paying attention. And as the designer fabric burns down to ash, Alex feels just this pang of remorse and nostalgia. And he remembers those nights recent from his embrace when things were good. When he was part of a pack, part of a family. And that's where we'll end.
You are a son of a bitch.
I really am, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
That's
Fucking
your style,
Carl.
right?
Yeah, my Cyro's Carl the Idiot. And I have a feeling he's not Carl the Idiot anymore.
No, he's Carl the Idiot playing bicycle to Ball's old Toreador.
Yeah, I'm super fucked, so that's fun for me.
We're all
Anyway,
fucked
so my
together.
next character is Whisker Biscuit.
Okay, so next game, 2 weeks from now, is going to be end of the Idle Hands arc. We're going to have a special guest.
Oh my god.
Who's gonna be?
Who's going to be playing Miss Victoria Ash. Look to social media and the Twitter feeds and whatnot as we announce that. And yeah, it will be a grand Toreador affair in which we end this arc. Does any of you have anything you want to plug? Anything you want to get out there?
Mo needs to roll her remorse dice.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's roll your.
I need to see if I feel bad about what happened to that guy.
Fuck,
Please
I
feel
feel
bad.
bad about what happened to that guy.
Yeah.
Alright, so let me see.
He was
Oh, I
probably
feel so bad.
Okay,
That's good,
yeah.
because my humanity doesn't go down.
It doesn't. All right.
But I do feel like shit.
Yeah, no, you're just sort of when you're not thinking about Hancock, you think about Evan and you
That
hope he's
poor
okay.
guy. Yeah, like I
Not
feel
okay.
real bad for that guy.
So McKenna, you raised your hand about a plug.
Yes, so less a plug and more an offer, I guess. So I found this fucking amazing fabric the other day while I was at a store with these really pretty nighttime skylines.
Mm-hmm.
So I elected to start making some dice bags. So I have these
Ooh.
lovely guys right here. This one is a Seattle print. You got Space Needle.
Ooh.
And so if anyone wants one of these, you can hit me up on Twitter because the last thing I need is more dice bags. So this is like the basic style of the fabric. The blood drip is an applique.
Cool.
But that's what the skylines look like. I have 2 more Seattles, and then I have 6 for Chicago, 6 for New York City, 6 for DC, and 6 for San Francisco.
Fantastic. So get in touch with McKenna if you're interested in those.
Yes.
Anything from anyone else? Mo, anything?
On Thursday, I will be on Stabbiness's Twitch channel
Cool.
to talk more about Changeling. So if you want more of that, come back.
Sweet.
I
All
have
right.
a tease.
Oh, you have a tease. I love a tease.
I have a tease. The tease is this. I don't have a website for you to visit yet. I don't have I really don't have anything other than this. I made a deal with myself that when I was 25,000 words into the RPG book that I'm writing, I would obtain a small business loan and move forward. That said, so a couple of you actually are in the playtesters group, so you know that this is a thing that is progressing forward. I reached 25,000 words today.
Oh shit.
Within the next couple of months, I will have more on that. But for those of you out there who are very into horror RPGs, and specifically are looking for a horror RPG that doesn't focus on
sort of starts and shocks that you see in most modern horror RPGs, but want something that is a bit more slow burn and a bit more kind of drawn out, sort of Lindqvist style horror, I will have something to announce within, probably not next session, but by the session after that.
Fantastic. That is intriguing as hell. All right, anything from Dylan?
Fuck Nazis.
Oh, fuck Nazis.
Hell yeah.
Indeed. All right, well.
I have a whole sidebar in my book that says, if you're a Nazi, don't play this game.
Yeah, if you're a Nazi, don't watch.
Don't touch the book.
Yeah, just fucking go away and die. Anyway, so yeah, absolutely. I'd like to close this off by thanking my patrons for Simulacra Studios. Especially, I would like to thank Mr. Michael Tyson, Mr. David Haddad, and Mrs. Mo Ferrer for, yeah, I know. She gives me money. I love it. But I'll be putting up a card with the name of all of our patrons. And see you in 2 weeks when we end the arc. And it's going to be... I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this one. I've been kind of planning this out one for a while. So it's going to be, especially if you're a fan of World of Darkness fiction, The Fall of Atlanta, the Clan novel saga, we're going to be revisiting those events. A little bit.
Oh, boy.
Probably read those then.
I mean, they're real good books. I think I know they're out now in like EPUB, ebook. So if you're a quick reader, Clan novel Toreador and Clan novel Zamisi.
I've done been read them.
Oh yeah, I love those books. They inform a lot of this game, as a matter of fact. But anyway, so yeah. If you want to know the backstory, those are the 2 books you should read. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching, either live or on YouTube or on the podcast. And here's my patrons. Wait, no, what happened? No, what the shit's happening with my fucking OBS?
What the shits is happening at all?
I don't know.
We can't lose
What
you.
is even happening?
Am I still
All right,
on screen?
yeah, you are. It's not live, but I'll do it in post. All right, bye guys.